Hello, this is Kyrix with more of This Week in Kyrix. This is recorded for the week of Wednesday, December 18th, 2019, being recorded on Tuesday, December 17th, 2019. Gotta love how I'm so good with my numbers. So, last week was a thing. Week was a thing where Kyrix did something a little foolish. I decided, nothing usually happens on Tuesday. It's not that big a deal. I don't need to record these on Tuesday. What I should do is I should go and record my recording, for lack of a better word, on Monday, so I can just get some shit out of the way and be done with it. Nothing's gonna be missed. So I basically hop in on Monday and do my thing, and lo and behold, something actually happens on Tuesday. There was an incident, let's call it, and this incident royally pissed me off. I don't, as a rule, tend to get super angry at very much of anything, honestly. I'm a pretty chill guy. It really does actually take quite a bit to royally piss me off. And this qualified. Okay. I live in St. Pete, Florida. And I actually had some money last week, so I got the bright idea, hey, I know what I'm going to do. I am going to, first off, I'm going to figure out where the fuck I am. I'm like, what I'm going to do is I am going to go, after leaving Pokemon League, which was uneventful, nothing happened at all. December and November tend to be rather dead times for Pokemon League. But that's neither here nor there right now. What is both here and there is that I decided I'm going to have a pizza. I'll just... basically, for lack of a better term, I'll text Cece's Pizza and say, hey, not Cece's Pizza, Little Caesar's Pizza. I'm like, hey, I want to order, an extra with pepperoni and stuffed crust. They have a pizza with a rather stupid name called the Extra Most Bestest, which is basically super, super double pepperoni and cheese. It's like ridiculous how much pepperoni and cheese they put on it, unless you're me, in which case I tend to top them. But that's neither here nor there. What is here and there, again, is I decided to order this. So I leave the library, and rather than going straight down the street towards my home, I take a left turn onto 34th Street, which will take me to 22nd Avenue, which will take me to Little Caesar's. Different places, Kyrix, get that straight. I'm thinking nothing of it. I've got my headphones in, I'm listening to music as I'm riding down the street, and I see this woman trying to get my attention in front of McDonald's. So I slow down, I actually literally skid to a stop, take the headphone out of my ear and turn it off so I can hear her. And what she's saying is basically like, oh, I'm diabetic, I'm broke, I'm homeless, etc. Can you go into McDonald's and possibly purchase me a hamburger and an eggnog? And I had a little extra money this time of year, so I'm thinking, you know what? I can help this lady out. I don't care. I'll do it. So I march with my bike up towards the McDonald's. No big deal. Happens all the time. People go to McDonald's. Before I get to the door, this woman intercepts me and says, were you coming in here for that woman? And my response to that is, why? It's like, oh, we don't serve her, so you can't come in. I'm like, why? You don't need to know why, sir. Yes, I do. Why? And she would not fucking tell me. Matter of fact, when I kept asking her why I'm not allowed to spend my money there however I fucking see fit, when I have done nothing wrong to be banned from this McDonald's, all she does is say, I'm going to call the police on you. And so I basically said, why are you an idiot? I mean, are you an idiot? Do you know how to make money? Because it seems to me that she's an idiot who doesn't fucking know how to make money. Because here is a customer, a human being with money, who wants to give you that money for product. Yeah, Levy, you best get out of my way. I will run your ass over. I don't even fucking care right now. Okay, Leviathan, one of us right now is immortal, and it's not you. I wouldn't press your luck. So anyway, I am just livid at this. Because, A, the woman was nowhere near me. My only crime that she's aware of is that I talked to this woman and then came to McDonald's. At no point did I confirm or deny that I was there for that woman. And yes, I was. But I didn't say that. And this woman had no fucking right to bar me from the store for the crime of talking to a person. And again, I had money that I was willing to spend in that store. So what she did was not just turn away a paying customer. I could see that you don't want someone begging for food in the McDonald's. Yeah, by all means, kick them out of the McDonald's. She was not in the McDonald's, and neither was I. We were on the street, outside the McDonald's, which is perfectly legal. And she asked me, a human being, if I would buy her something, which is legal. And I agreed. And then I, alone, walked up to McDonald's with the intent of purchasing something and then giving it to that woman. What I do with the food is literally none of their business. There is no law preventing me from buying fucking 8 kids' meals, 2 20-piece nuggets, 3 large fries, and 6 cheeseburgers, and then depositing them straight into the garbage can after I pay for them. I can do that. I don't want to, but there's no law that says I can't do that. That is my food at that point. I can do whatever the fuck crosses my mind with it. And if I take that food, I, who have not been banned from McDonald's, take that food and then give it to someone, that is none of their fucking business. Now, what she could have said is something along the lines of, "Sir, this woman does this all the time. She sits out front. She begs for food. You know, sure, you're allowed to tell me that." At which point I will say, "That's fine. I'm going to buy it anyway." At which point you stand aside and said, "Okay, sir, have a nice day," and let me in the store to make said purchase. You do not mandate who I can and cannot buy food for. Whether it's for me, for a stranger, for relatives. And you sure as fuck do not stop me from entering the store when I have done nothing to be banned. So my ass went home, got online, and reported that shit. And then I went into Google Maps, found that McDonald's, and reported that shit again. So that not only is McDonald's now aware that this happened to me, and that I will not be shopping at that McDonald's ever again, but everyone else is aware of it too. And it turns out, this kind of shit is really common over there at that particular McDonald's. Like people being denied service. This one couple, mixed couple, black and white, were basically shoved in the corner and left there and not served at all for like 45 minutes. No one dealt with them. They were not brought up to the counter. You know, one person flat out would not be served. They told them, use the kiosk. Now, I understand wanting you to use the kiosk, but you cannot demand that they use the kiosk. That's not how this fucking works. You request it, and if they say, "No, I don't want to use the kiosk, I want to deal with people," then you step aside and let them deal with people. And I'm the technology guy here. I'm the guy who likes the self-checkouts and the kiosks and all this shit. I'm the one who sees that shit as an improvement on customer service. And I'm telling you, you don't force a person to use shit they don't want to use. I basically have a weekly feud with YouTube because they're like, hey, we're going to give you the uploader beta. And I'm like, I don't want uploader beta. I want my usual uploader. Oh, why don't you want uploader beta? Because I never fucking wanted it, you know? And I basically leave horrible notes to YouTube because fuck them, they don't seem to understand that every single time they put this on me, I turn it off. There's a reason for that. It's because I hate the uploader beta. I never asked for uploader beta. I never wanted uploader beta. I never wanted these extra YouTube features. I want the shit that I've been using this whole time. Oh, I know where I am now. Cool, I know exactly where I am now. It's not where I meant to go, but I know where I am at least. Once again, I managed to end up here somehow. Yeah, nothing's really damaged enough, so we're going to step outside, because I want to test a thing. As you know, in the previous episode, I cured myself and the rest of the planet. So let's find us a warper, because there's one around here. There he is. Come here, buddy. Now they don't care. They don't care at all now. They're not here to fuck with me anymore, because I'm not infected. So, no more ping pong, no more attacks, no more dragging me out of shit. I'm just here, and they're okay with that. Hi. Nope, come here, buddy. You and I, we're not done. Hi. Nope, come here. You do your little electro pulse, you attack me, you gotta die. It's knife time. Alright, anyway, so yeah, I basically fuck that McDonald's. Fuck them. Fuck everyone who works there. You do not have the authority to pull the bullshit you pulled. And I will give that McDonald's credit for one thing. The next morning, right before I leave for work, I get a call I don't recognize. I pick up. It's the McDonald's following up on that. Like, what happened, sir? Etc., etc. Explain. Okay, yeah, we're going to have a talk with the manager then. Because that's unacceptable. You know? And it fucking is unacceptable. There's no reason to deny me service when I've done nothing wrong. And again, while you are perfectly allowed to not serve a person in your store, to not allow them in your store to be served, that person was not in the store, and neither was I. So, at that point, you got nothing. You fucking got nothing. As I recall, there is a way up there, and I think it's other than just... Is it just going straight up? I don't think it is, but I could be wrong. Wow, it literally is. Okay, now I feel stupid. Get in there, you asshole. So yeah, that's a very dumb thing that happened, and I'm pissed about it. Because I do not appreciate when people mandate shit like that for me. It's not your choice if I want to waste money, you know? If I, for example, have $10 million and want to just hand out $1,000 to every fucking person I see on the street, homeless or otherwise, it's my business. You know, that's my money. If I choose to spend it that way, that's how I choose to spend it. I've been really goddamn broke. Not homeless broke, but fucking broke. I know how much it sucks to not have anything. I know what it's like to know that you have an entire week of peanut butter and water before you could expect real food and drink again. So, if a person needs a hamburger and an eggnog to get through the day, then fuck it, let him have a hamburger and eggnog. If I've got the money, I'll get it for you. You come up to me and say, hey buddy, can you give me $3 for a beer? I can't because I never carry cash, but if you're of legal age, I might buy you that beer. I don't drink. I have no intention of drinking. But I understand the need for it. So, the story does have somewhat of a happy ending, though. The woman, I came out and basically told her, yeah, these people are complete assholes. They're not even letting me in the store. And then, oh, look at you. Look at you over here. Being a shit goblin. But anyway, we ended up walking down to the gas station, where I promptly walked in. Oh, there we go. Now I know I'm safe. If they're here, there are no big predators around. Walked into the gas station, got her a Yoo-Hoo and a hazelnut M&Ms. So, money was still spent on this woman. She still got something to eat and something to drink, and McDonald's didn't get a goddamn thing. Nothing infuriates me more than having compassion thwarted in any way, shape, or form. And again, there are ways to have that conversation to get me to not spend that money that do not involve the shit they pulled. And the funny thing is, I'm pretty sure that was some kind of scam. I don't care. I really don't. You know? I mean, she gave me the whole, oh, I'm diabetic, etc. sob story. I don't care. The only thing I need to know is, hey, I'm a little down on my luck. I would really like a hamburger. Well, you're in luck. I happen to have an extra $20 to spend this week, and I don't need all of it. I can spare $5 to make your fucking day. You know, that's the person I am. That I will take money to help you have a better day. It's just what I do. That's who I am. That's how I do. Betsy, get down. Get up. No, get all the way down. You don't jump up here on the laptop when I'm recording. Way to send mixed messages. Talk about what a compassionate human being I am, and then literally shove the cat off the laptop. But no, it's just... It is the highest caliber of bullshit to me that a person could do that, much less that they fucking would. I mean, there's so much wrong with every part of that, every fucking step of the way of that. That you would have so little compassion that you would just fuck over another person. You know? That here's a person willing to give this person food. Not even money. Not even giving it to her to buy. I go in and get it. I purchase food, hand it to this person. You're like, no, can't do that. And it's not like this woman was like a 15-year-old, you know, and she's like, hey, I'd really like a pack of cigarettes and a 6-pack of beer, you know, and I'm buying for a minor or some shit. This is an adult, probably somewhere between her 50s and 70s. Because, you know, I can't tell age worth a damn. But definitely older than me. And she didn't want some kind of illicit controlled substance. She wanted a fucking hamburger. And an eggnog, which I don't think is alcoholic from McDonald's, but I didn't even know they had eggnog at all, so what do I fucking know? I'm pretty sure there are non-alcoholic versions as well, and I think that's what they had. Also, driving this in the Shallows is a really poor lapse in judgment on my part. But yeah. Seriously, man, it's just... It infuriates me. And I didn't like that McDonald's much to begin with because they were kind of shitty on their service. They were slow as crap. Their lobby was extremely lacking just in aesthetics compared to other McDonald's. It was just kind of a shit show all around. And then they pull crap like this. I mean, fuck, come on, man. I mean, there's all the jokes and references about soulless, heartless corporations, but this is exactly that. And, honestly, fuck that woman for sending me... No, not sending me. Interrupting me, intercepting me at the fucking door for sending me away. And I wasn't saying fuck that woman for sending me to McDonald's, I was saying for sending me away, but she didn't even send me away. She intercepted me at the door and threatened to call the cops on me for trying to buy a hamburger. Let that float around your skull for a goddamn second, because you might be missing some important context there, that this is a woman who wanted me arrested for asking why I could not spend money at her establishment when I had done nothing wrong. I was just flatly refused service. I mean, what in the fuck has to go wrong in your life that you have to be that fucking cruel to anyone for any reason? You know? Okay, now I can maneuver properly. At least for a couple minutes. So, yeah, I'm just incensed at this whole thing. Now, beyond that, week hasn't been that impressive. I actually got into a bit of trouble at work, and I actually suspect tomorrow's workday is not going to be the funnest for me, because I'm pretty sure that the supervisor in question is on duty that day. Here's what happened. And keep in mind, when I walked into work Sunday, when I left work Saturday, I'm like, oh boy, I'm going to get yelled at tomorrow. And I walk into work Sunday, and I'm like, oh boy, they're going to yell at me over yesterday. And sure enough, that's what happens.
This is Life Pod 6. I have a passenger on board. Coordinates attached. We've landed a kilometer from the crash site, but there's radiation in between us and the rendezvous. Request immediate assistance. 6 out.
Signal coordinates corrupted. Approximate transmission origin recorded data bank.
Oh, so maybe they did get shot down already. I don't remember. It's been so long. But anyway, so Saturday night. I go into work Saturday night, and no, not Saturday night, Friday night. I go into work Friday. I go into work Friday afternoon. No big deal. I had 32 hours that week, which meant I had 8 hours of basically wiggle room, where if I needed to stay late or come in early, I could. So 8 extra hours in that pay week without going into overtime territory. Now, in my particular division, if you are under hours, and you are in any way, shape, or form a good worker, which I am. I'm not a fast worker, but I am a good worker. They know I will fucking put the effort in. I'm just not as fast as I could be. All you have to do is say, hey, I'm only working 32 hours this week. May I have another day? I want my 40. And they'll flat out give it to you. On this particular day, I did not want my 40. I wanted to have my third day off and just work those extra hours and get as much of them as I could. So, Friday comes along, and it's a shit show. It's one truck, but it is a massive just unreasonably sized truck. We're talking like something akin to 3,200 items. For reference sake, I think our average, as far as small goes, is like 1,500, and an average one that's considered big is like 2,200 to 2,400. And this was 10, not 10, this is 1,000 items more than what we already consider to be a big truck. So, it's already looking down, and I'm on one touch, which is fine. I'm on one touch most of the time these days. No big deal. Well, I'm on one touch solo. There is no one else who can come in and help me. And I'm working 200 brake packs. And they basically tell me, okay, you're working 32 hours this week. I need you to stay late and at least get the hanging done. And all the consumables need to be out by 8 o'clock. Period. Don't be bringing stuff out at 9 o'clock. Consumables, for those who don't know, are stuff that go to the pharmacy. Health and beauty aids, which is stuff like shampoo, razors, soap, toothpaste, that kind of shit. Cosmetics and pets, those are consumables. Those are the big four. Those are the four that, no matter what, always go out as quickly as I can before I go on any breaks or to lunch. That's the rule. I tell them, okay, no big deal, I got this. And I did. I did got this. So, I get all my work done. Oh, this is not going to work. I'm going to need to lift up considerably more than this. So I get all the major work done. 10 o'clock rolls around. I normally go on my first break, or on my last break, at 9:45. It is 10 p.m. and I'm about to start my first break. So I go on my first and last breaks, that's a half hour each, or a half hour total, 15 minutes each, and then I go on lunch, which is an hour. So I just take an hour and a half in a row. Then I clock back in at 11:30, and I start working on the hanging clothes, because I stay a little late, got everything before I went to work. All the pallet stuff went out. All the non-hanging was separated before I went out. All this shit. I just basically doing all the shit I'm supposed to do. Oh, look, there is the poop snow. Just being a good little employee doing what I need to do. So, I get all that done. No big deal. 2:15 in the morning, I clock out to go home. That sucks. I basically pulled an 11-hour shift. I fucking did. I pulled an 11-hour shift. And I do that sometimes. I pull 11, 12-hour shifts. It happens. It's something I do on occasion. And this was one of those occasions. No big fucking deal. So I go in the next morning. Oh my fuck. This is not good. I need to not be doing whatever it is that I did to make it look like this. The sub does not need to be tilted. The sub does not need to be tilted. I'm gonna have to back out of this bitch, aren't I? Okay, whatever. Fine, you can stay on, I don't care. Yeah, that's not normal. So anyway, I pull in the next day, different manager, different supervisor. This is not one of our more on-the-ball supervisors. This is the new guy who's newly brought to the store. Apparently he used to work here, but this is his first time there as a Cap 2 supervisor. And of the Cap 2 supervisors we had, of the two we had besides him and the manager, he's kind of dragging the bottom of the barrel of the pair. So, he makes numerous questionable calls. Shit that should not be. Like, tells us to take breaks before we should take breaks. Because like I said, we're supposed to get all of the big four out before we take a break. Well, he'll come in before we're done with that and say, okay, go on lunch right now, or go on break right now. And all we can do is shrug and say, okay, boss. We don't have any fucking say in that. So anyway, I tell him, hey, I had to stay late. Don't worry, I've got 32 hours. I can stay late. He's like, no, you can't be staying late. You need to go home on time. So basically what he tells me is, don't focus on hanging stuff at all. So that right there is kind of a red flag already. Because we're supposed to get that shit done. Alright, I need an ion cube and 2 diamond. That is none of those things. That is also none of those things. 2 diamond, that was the part that worried me. I didn't know if I had 2 diamond. But as it turns out, I do. Okay, perfect. So anyway, I'm like, okay, fine. Sometimes I'm told, don't do hanging, especially on big, heavy nights. And this was a big, heavy night. No big deal. You know, skip hanging. Sure. So I get all my stuff done. I go to lunch, and he tells me I have to be at lunch at 8, period, flat out, no flex. Okay, sure. I can go to lunch at 8. I don't have a problem with that. Got everything out on time. Went at about, 8:10 or so. No big deal. Actually, no, just before 8. So I have my break, and I have my lunch. Only one of the 2 breaks this time, because it's not 9 yet, so I don't need that second one at this point. So I... Actually, no, because by the time I went on the other break afterwards. Never mind. Ignore me. I'm stupid. My cause and effect is not functioning properly. So I go on break, and then I go on lunch. Then I get off lunch, and I run into him, and I'm like, hey, boss, what of the pallet stuff do you need me to focus on first? Because I know the pallet stuff has to go out. Pallet stuff is stuff like stationery, hardware, sporting goods, houseware, shit like that. Stuff that normally we put on pallets when it comes off the truck rather than bins. And stuff that I also put on pallets in my boxes. And he tells me, don't worry about all that shit, just leave it alone. So I'm like, I in my head, I'm like, okay, that's wrong, but boss told me to do it, you know? So for this day, the boss told me, don't stay late, don't focus on hanging, leave the pallet shit on the shelves. And the other boss didn't run into me that day, so I couldn't confirm with him and be told something different. Is that it? I think it just let me shut it down. Which means now I have to go home at dark. Oh, I can't run, that's right. So anyway, I do as I'm told. I leave the shit on the shelf. I don't focus on I don't focus on hanging at all. Matter of fact, I put the hanging back in the boxes and shit. And then I go home at 11 o'clock. And because he sent me home at 11 o'clock, I didn't even have time to do cleanup. So I come in the next morning, and they're like, why'd you leave my back room like that? And I explain, boss told me to do it. And he's like, are you kidding me? I'm like, no. And I went in detail and basically said exactly what I said right here. And they're like, okay. And I am brought before 2 managers, not support managers, not supervisors, actual managers, like my manager for my division, as well as one of the store managers. And they both tell me, do not do that. And I'm like, yes, sir, I knew it was wrong, but I can only do what I'm told. And now that you've told me differently, I can not do that if he asks me to. I can basically say, no, I have higher orders. But, yeah. He's gonna get chewed a new ass over this, and shit's gonna roll downhill. I'm positive of it. I'm gonna get yelled at for him getting yelled at. Alright, why am I not able to turn this fucker around? Oh, please, no. Please don't fucking beat yourself. It is not at all what I need to have happen right now. Alright, so now I've done all the things that are required of me. I can leave this planet anytime I want, but I don't want to yet. I still have things to do. So, yeah, I expect he's not going to be thrilled that that was a thing at all, and I don't blame him. But I expect I could end up with some shitty jobs tomorrow because of that. And, whatever. All I have to do is work tomorrow, and then I'm off the day after again, so I get to hang out. So, that's a bunch of dumb shit. How about we talk about some fun shit? Like, first off, Thursday, I know what I'm going to be doing. I have a free birthday buffet, because it is my birth month, for Cece's Pizza, and I will be using it. Likewise, I am in the process of trying to talk someone, I don't really care who, into getting me a KFC buffet around my birthday. Around my birthday, there's several movies coming out that I want to see. The new Star Wars, Cats, and possibly something else I don't know yet. And I'm going to be marathoning those movies on one of those days with free popcorn and free soda because birthday. And that's just a bunch of fun shit for me. So, last night, that is to say, Monday, I finally got to play around to Jaws with one of Eisen's friends, and oh my god, that game is so fun. Also, I am a terrible shark. Basically, the gist of the game is one person is the shark, and 1 to 3 people are the humans, which are Quint, Hooper, and Brody. There were just 2 of us, so I played the shark, he played all 3 humans, so it was easier for him to coordinate. Otherwise, the humans just have to coordinate amongst themselves to do whatever it is they're going to do. I lost in the first goddamn round. Because how it works is, first you draw an event card that decides what swimmers get placed at what beaches. And any special effects. This particular effect was, you can't close any beaches. So, they had Brody go and rescue a swimmer at one of the beaches that I didn't eat. Because I went to one beach, ate a swimmer, and then moved. So then what happened was, on his turn, he had Brody go rescue a swimmer. Then he had Hooper rescue the remaining 2 swimmers, because there were 4, and I ate one of them. And then Quint fired, without moving, 1 barrel into the water, into the exact spot I was hiding in. Well, Quint, like everyone else, has 4 actions. Firing a barrel is an action. He starts the game with 2 barrels. His first barrel hit on his first action. Naturally, what does he do? Fire the second barrel. Here's the thing. You fire 2 barrels into the shark, you win the first round. So I lost in the first round of play. That is shameful, and I'm embarrassed by it. But what can you do? Okay, not you. Let's get my moon pool back. What do I need for the moon pool? Titanium ingot, lubricant, and lead. Can't believe I even brought the turd with me. I mean, I can, but I can't. Oh, I need another lead. Oh, it's you. Okay, so, So anyway, that meant that I was at a disadvantage in the second round. They started with 11 out of a possible 12 equipment. There are 16 equipment cards. I started with 2 out of a possible 12 shark powers, again out of 16 cards. And even with this tremendous handicap, I still almost won. That's how broken the shark is. That even with me doing almost the worst possible, the only thing that could have gone worse for me is if I hadn't gotten any swimmers at all somehow. But even then, it was all they could do not to lose, you know? So you know what? I've got more lube. I've got more lead. I've got more titanium. So we're going to check these for more ingots. I've got the lead. Here's the lube. And if I have more ingots, we're good. Otherwise, I will make the ingots. Because right now, we're on raw fucking playtime. Alright, let's see if there's any ingots in here. I do not believe so. Okay. Alright, no more power for you. That's just done now.
Warning, emergency power only.
No one's paying you any mind, little fish. No mind whatsoever. That's what I thought. Alright. Alright, you little shithead, where are you? You wanna play? Come on. Come on, where are you? That's what I thought. Alright, now what do I need? Probably more ingots and shit. Plasteel, advanced wiring, 3 lead. I know I have all of these things. I just don't know where. Perfect. Okay.
Warning, emergency power only. Oxygen production offline.
Mm-hmm. That's lovely and all. How many do I need to make this happen? 6. Okay. Need 1 more titanium and 2 more lead. So that'll give me 3 of those. Okay. I doubt this is just going to connect. But maybe. Loey, get down. Nope, get down. Not here. I'd fucking bet this has to do with the locker that's right there. Let's watch. How much do you want to fucking bet? This has to do with that goddamn locker right there. Hmm. Mm-hmm. That's fine. I know. I'm right there. It'll be fine. Look, see? I don't have to swim to the surface. I got a fucking boat. Big-ass fucking boat. Right here. It's fine. Everything's okay. Pyrrha is fine. Nothing bad ever happened. Ever.
Vital signs stabilizing.
Okay, let's do the thing now, shall we? Ah, that's why. So yeah, just not a whole lot in general going on right now. Been playing Ruby Grim Eclipse with a friend, and will continue doing so. After this, in fact. And not a whole lot else. I have finished the Pokemon Sword Blind Run. I'll be starting the Pokemon Shield Nuzlocke. Well, not starting, I will be getting more into it. Oh, that is actually what I needed. Shit, 3 crystals and 1 glass. Well, I have the stuff for that. It's a matter of where, that's all. Alright, let's get this in place. Plug this fucker in. Yoink. Look at that thing just purr to life.
All primary systems online.
Alright, let's find out something here. What's it take to do alien containment now? 5 glass and 2 titanium.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I'm sure there's some quartz around here somewhere. I've got 2 in here. Let's find some more quartz. Any more quartz? That's a quartz, actually. Copper wire and some aerogel. I know where to find those. Nope, nope, nope. Let's see. Where do I want to put this? Right here actually works pretty good. Still getting a surplus, though. Man. Oh, no titanium. That makes sense. And there we go. Now I have 3 rods. So what's going to happen is I am going to sign off now. Start uploading this to YouTube and all that fun shit. And then I am going to, while I'm not recording, do a couple things on the rocket to prep it for this year in Kyrix. So bye-bye, everybody.